overall, all said and done, those murders, the Carnation Murders, which I've been reading about for the last 3 days online since I did my previous video on the Delphi murders, overall, having all said and done, in my critique of those murders is that the ease at which those murders were carried out could not have been if there was not guns involved in play, in legal possession of the people involved. Now, whether or not those murders could have been carried out just under different circumstances without guns, maybe they would have took longer. Because what I'm thinking is, they were done with such ease, yeah? She was able to just pull a jersey off a gun which she had disguised held in her hand. She had a gun disguised with a jersey. She just simply whipped off the jersey and pressed the trigger, right? Now that's where I'm coming from. After all said and done, we all have family arguments and rows, and we all feel like killing each other. But so ultimately, I mean, they were both overweight girls. The brother's wife and Michelle, the one who committed the crimes, and her boyfriend. Michelle, she was just as overweight as Michelle's brother's wife. So in theory, both people's homes could have been just as horrible to each other because their trailer was in a mess. And so in theory, her brother's home could have been just as much a hovel, a mess, because she was really overweight as well. The brother's wife was really overweight as well. It was only the parents' house which seemed, where they gathered that day, that fateful Christmas Eve, which was a nice property, had nice furnishings, and so it's not like, why didn't the brother's girlfriend say, take pity on the poor couple living in the trailer, or let's go and give them work with your, because the brother had a business, didn't he? So it's not like the brother's family should have took pity on the sister and her family, i.e. her and Joe, and said, because they were living in such dire circumstances in the trailer, to help them financially. So there is no way of saying that family should have helped that family in their financial state of crisis to help them get out of their hovel trailer type lifestyle. Because in theory, as I say, they both could have been living in similar circumstances. Maybe just that the brother may have had a house, that's all. I think that's possibly the only difference. Admittedly, I've only spent about 3 days researching this, so please bear with me here. So, as to who owed who the money, and should the brother, in this circumstance, it seemed like it was him owing the sister the money, should he have given her back the money which he owed her? Because again, you can't bring those 6 people back, and you can't take Michelle back in time before the day of the crime, and that lad, Joe, her boyfriend. We all have spats like that in families where we feel like killing another family member. And we'd be liars to say that there weren't times in our lives where each and every one of us have moments where we feel like killing another family member, even if it's just briefly for half a day, right? We all have evidence, but we all have them. Now, and now without getting political over the gun situation, and I don't mean to be political, because ultimately the crux in this case was the ease at which they were able to be committed, the ease at which the murders were able to be committed. That is the crux of this case. Simply, as I say, when I first came on the beginning of my video, the ease at which a jersey was able to be pulled off a disguised gun, and simply the ease of the second thing was the finger, in firing a bullet to kill someone. The ease at which they were taken, the murders were undertaken, that is the crux of this particular case. The ease at which those 6 people were killed. As I say, my critique now, as I've been thinking, even now with like this 4 or 5 minute analysis on the video now, I've still come back to that. There's no getting away with it. The Carnation Murders were simply, they happened simply because of the ease in which they could have happened. Could they have happened without guns being able to be in legal possession of people? Maybe so, not so quickly, as I say. Maybe so, not. Maybe not. Because a gun, with a knife, to get close to another person in that situation where there's a house setting, a family gathering, you've got to get close to another person to be able to use a knife. You have to get close to another person. If you want to pick up an ashtray and throw it on someone's head, you've got to get close to another person. Now, could that have happened in that setting? Could the Carnation Murders have happened if guns weren't in legal possession of people involved? I don't think all 6 people could have been murdered. I don't think all 6 people were murdered. I think it's hard not to get political with this case, because my conclusion is that I think this case was simply able to have happened because of the ease in which it happened. I've watched the court case. I've watched all the recorded stream stuff on YouTube of the last 3 days. I'm surprised instead of Joe sitting there for days like that, shaking around this ugly little bent back, spiky little grotesques, he calls fingers like that. I'm surprised instead of doing days spent like that, he didn't just say that. Look, it's not my fault that this country allows the legal possession of firearms. That's all he should have said. I do think it was I do think this case is simply based on the fact that arms are able to be carried. I think that is what is to blame in this case. I do. A political murder. Ultimately, murder politicae. The Carnation Murders. What got me was, in the summing up, Michelle was like there on the bench like that, talking to a representative, and she was giggling. You could see they were both churning away between each other, and you could see that she had to stop herself. That's what struck me with that case. Summing up, that little incident, I thought I'd add that at the end, they were genuinely having a laugh between each other. You know, Barrett or her representative sat to her left, really long, black with grey in it hair. Look back at the stream if you can spot it. The blink of your missing moments between the two of them, as they're waiting for the judge to do the summing up, as they're all sitting off, waiting for just before the summing up. They're both churning away to each other, and they genuinely are having a laugh between each other. Should the brothers' family have helped out the sister's family, i.e. her and Joe, help them get out of that mess they were in that trailer? Was it their obligation, their emotional obligation to help them get out of the mess? They had a computer in that trailer. It's not my problem. It's not Michelle and her boyfriend. It's not the brother and his wife's problem if they can be asked hoovering and stuff, is it? Because you do have to. We are humanly obliged to help out our family members if we can. We are. It is our right to. We are obliged emotionally to help out our family members if we can. Should the brother's family emotionally helped out the sister's family, regardless of what he owed them, just simply by saying, let's take the trails in and that. Come on, let's give you a job and stuff, I'll give you a job here. You know, said to the sister, look, there'll be a secretary here, sit off in this office of ours here, be the secretary, blah blah, etc., etc., and said to Joe, look, we'll give you a part-time job, wherever. Even if they had their own employment, just help them into their fold, help change their ways, help them clean up their act, etc., you know? We are obliged, we are, to help out our family members if we do feel that we can help them out. We are. I'd like to think we are. We all should do that. It's a difficult one, the Carnation Murders. A very emotional case, that, the Carnation Murders. Emotionally intriguing, that case. Yeah. Interesting. On to the next one.